You recording, my friend? All right. So real quick, I'm going to show you all how to red scale your color negative film. And basically the idea is that you're going to take a completely empty cartridge of film, 35 millimeter, and with some of the film still attached. This is a good amount. And so then you'll need some fresh film. And essentially what red scaling is you're flipping the film and you're shooting through the backside. So there's another layer that you're having to expose light to. When light passes through that, it casts an orange or reddish kind of look onto the exposed image, and therefore it's called red scaling. And so to do that, besides these, you're going to need a dark bag and some Scotch tape and a pair of scissors. And you can do this in a dark room, but having a dark bag, everybody that shoots film should have a dark bag, so get a dark bag. So we're gonna trim off this leader and make it completely flat. I like having some kind of like a flat head or something to wind the film back into the empty cartridge. So use my trusty Victorinox. So we're gonna do the taping portion. So let's see. I think that's a fair amount right there. We have the empty cartridge here, and we have your new film. And so we're just gonna flip them. We're just gonna have them marry up like that. And I like to kind of line up the sprocket holes, but also keep a fair amount on either side. Like so. And I just kind of pinch it on the left side, and with my tape, I'm just gonna go ahead and lay it down. Try and keep it in the center, like that. And also I don't want any excess. This is kind of like a bulk loading your own film where you don't want excess to be outside of the tape because it'll get caught and you know, maybe not rewind properly. So this is kind of like textbook. Like there's nothing that will hang up, and yeah, it's solid. And so basically your new film, which is in this Lomography 800, is gonna get pulled back into this empty cartridge backwards. And that's it. But the thing is you can't do this in broad daylight, because the whole time that you would be rewinding this into the empty cartridge, even though there's felt here, light would still be hitting that film. So that's why we need a dark bag. And so now we're gonna get in this dark bag. So all I'm doing here is like pulling out some of the new film out of its existing cartridge, and then just turning my driver and rewinding the film into the the empty cartridge. So just pulling it from one cartridge to the other. And you just do this until it stops and there's like tension on both ends. And getting close to the end. Yeah, okay. So you should definitely notice a difference in color, and also the fact that it's wanting to like curl up. I'll show you what this looks like. So yeah, because it's like curling upwards, we know that this film has been like loaded into this old cartridge backwards. And so now all we have to do is just make a leader so that we can load it into our camera and shoot it. So here we go. All right, and that's sufficient right there. Remember that the leaders are always on the same side as this like knob or nipple. Yeah, and so the one thing about like Redscale film is because of this curling, it's kind of hard to load it into automatic advanced cameras. It can be a little cumbersome. So if it's your first time, I definitely recommend, you know, loading it in like a mechanical camera where you can make sure that it loads properly instead of having the worry of the leader not catching for like automatic point and shoots and stuff like that. Another thing is rating your Redscale film. Since the light is having to travel through another layer of the film, you benefit from overexposing the film. The film that we have here is Lomography 800, and if we shot it at 800, we would probably get some really, really moody, kind of dark Redscale looks, where almost like your midtones and shadow areas would be like very dark, and it almost has like this silhouette type look. It'd be very red and orange, but I like to overexpose it a little bit. I shoot a lot of people and you know, pictures of my friends and such, and I want like their faces to be defined, and so I usually will rate it maybe 1 to 2 stops overexposed. So I'm just gonna do 1 stop of overexposure and shoot this at 400, and it'll be interesting to see. I think that wraps it up.